What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Self-Made Mega Farm. We are loading up soybean and moving it out. It is at market price nicely, so we are getting it moving. It should kick on right here. Might have to adjust that terrain a little bit. Alright, that's what I thought. He was going to miss it. That's my own fault. It wasn't really on the line. I kind of drove him in there manually. I have him right here. He should. Alright, there we go. Now he's triggered. See if he gets that back upper. But there goes our money up. It'd be nice to bring in some money. And really, we do got to purchase that piece down below because we could definitely set up a little farm field space across the road. And the market kind of expand on that. Have another solid field there. And kind of expand the industrial park. Well, there he is on his way. So we're just trying to move product. Yeah, nothing really on sale. Jump in here and kind of see. So soybeans, like I said, right now it's going down again, but it is up above the normal price, which means we'll see about 300 grand. She'll love to see it. It's a little bit of a wide swing with this truck, I've noticed lately. Patch 1.7 it started getting a little funky, but looks like he's still getting over the grate, which is fine. We'll just keep building up the money here. That planter worked wonders. We got all the fields rolled. We're in a pretty good position for June. I'd really like to see it. We got funds coming in kind of all over. We actually should check and see what we got for milk. Milk, we could technically run another truck. It's not too far off. So we could make some money there. Planks, we got plenty of those to move again. We're looking pretty good. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. I really need to set it up where they actually run around back is what we need to do, which I may actually, yeah, we don't have it set up that way. Alright, so we do need to go back and change that, maybe push that a little wider. The TransStar makes it fine, but this one can come around a little hot, like right here. Will they work it out? No, probably not. I think that green truck is just a pain. Trying to cycle through. It's just a bully in the yard. But no, so it should be another good chunk of pay right here. And I'll probably grab one. The cricket's quite loud. Whatever it is. But we should be harvesting. Come up here to our barley next month, right? Yeah, July, barley, June, July. We know we're gonna have planting late because we have to harvest corn and soybeans late. We won't have as many soybeans next year. That was an error on my part. We'll see what that cornmeal turns into, though. We're gonna have plenty of that out there. But yeah, it should be in the end close to 400K, which, let's just take a gander here. Square 10 is 490. That's 393 up there. 314. I mean, we really do need square 10 to really take all that over and then purchase those fields. Oh, we only have 3. Field 3 left too. So 10, 500K gets us all that. Which honestly, it might be. We might wait for that, or we might add a smaller tractor to the fleet. Do some of the little work for us, especially the rolling. Oh yeah, this would be pretty fair amount. Come down here, soybeans almost out. Is that other truck able to load it all up, or was that it? So 408. We'll see if we see that other truck. I don't think we will. So right there, a big loop. And he's gonna try to gun it. That time he gets through, so it definitely was working. Just slightly off now. But we're done with this one, I would say. Unless we need to top off. The grain mill is all set. It's gone through all the barley already. The oil mill, we do not need any sunflowers, so we are good. There, could top off and sell what we have. We're gonna jump off here, and we are gonna go bring this around and put this back over here for now. It looks like the corn's coming in pretty good as well. I'd love to see that, but I think we'll go sell some prefab planks and a few other things we have lying around that are up for sale. There we go. So I'll see y'all in a bit. Alright, so we're in July now. We did not buy the lot of land that we said we were going to buy because I thought about it. We can't really do much with it right now. Not until like next spring roughly, so we're going to hold off. We spent a little bit of money. We sold some cows. But as you see, we have the 230 Nemesis Versatile, the earlier probably 2014 model, 2015. That's why it's got the stripes on it instead of the bars. Or I should say that technically, yeah, that's stripes. The other one's considered the bar, I think. But we're tedding. We're gonna do this will be hay again, and then our last cut. Because we'll probably get 3 cuts only out of this looking place going. I'll probably let it get to full growth now with the new patch. That was part of the game. It's in, decent shape. We're running pretty good, so I think we'll be able to get, another something million in silage in the fall, which would be nice. We did buy a mobile repair kit, which will be nice to kind of have. So hoping we'll put that into use. That was 10 or 11K on sale, so I'm excited for that. Like I said, running the Nemesis, getting this all tedded up. Yeah, we did get our hay barn is built now, by the way, and our corn is coming in quite nicely. But our hay barn is looking very nice. Hoping this doesn't drop before it turns. Don't want to mess those rows up. I just realized probably going to actually mess up the second rows. I'm tedding. But yeah, we have our hay barn over there, hay shed. Bale shed, I guess is what we'll call it, because it's going to have all sorts of bales probably. Going to leave the one, I haven't decided yet. Probably should sell it, break it down and sell it. But I don't know. It's a thought right now. That's where I'll put that. It's just kind of in the thought phase. We got 30 minutes of tedding to go here. Then I'm going to actually run the 230 right on the baler. It should be good to go. one's pretty smooth. It's got wide tires, wheel weights. To get that PTO in the front and the back, which is nice. But what we need to do now that it's later in the day and I know the moisture's down is we need to jump into the harvester, which was a whole nother chaotic issue for us. So we had to do some welding. Unfortunately, that trailer did not work out well. So that's why our header's over there on the ground right now, because we had one that just literally busted. So that's how it goes sometimes, though. You gotta kind of just, shake it off, go with it. With that said, we're gonna get going on this. And I believe I got the straw swath. I don't know. Let's adjust that. Because we need straw. We are out of straw. We put the rest in the yard. So that is where we sit with that. But I think, ideally if another harvester comes up, I think we will purchase another harvester, if I'm being honest, before we purchase that industrial land over there that we might only get a smaller field out of. I think that's just the better play for us, is to have two harvesters. Move things along a little bit faster now that we're kind of expanding into larger fields. Even though that new lot, lot 15 that we bought, is not too bad. Looks like we planted a little corn over here. I don't see that every day. A little crossover. Interesting. Didn't realize the planter did that when it swung around. That was the last episode, I think we saw that. Or the episode before where it swung out just right. Noted now. So we're not getting too crazy of a yield off the barley so far. Definitely be able to get this whole field into this hopper. And some straw produced. We'll bring this right over to the grain mill and I'll start breaking it down into flour, and from there, there may be some pig's food left over from it as well. Kind of wondering, do I go up and down like we usually do here? Do we just keep working it? Get that fired up in a second once we get turned around. We don't have the old accidental straw collection mod here, where it eats up the straw. Now, I have thought about kind of going through and using, use what is it, Saskatchewan in Edgewater in FS22. But maybe that's what we need to do, is go back to mowing this all up first and then coming through with a collection header. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now of the component I'm thinking of, but if you know, leave it down in the comments. I'm sure it'll come to me right after I stop recording. Swather, there we go. Run the swather on this and get a little more yield out of it, but I can't remember if it reduces the amount of straw that you get as well. But either way, we know we're not going to hit 100% off this one with a full hopper, but it's just enough to move on to the next field. Like I said, we're just making flour of this right now. The priority mostly those for this is straw. So we're going to have a larger field of this next year. With how much straw we are starting to go through, I'm also slightly hesitant, if that's the word I should use. Hesitant to get rid of this small field here. I feel like we could add something in here space-wise. New shop or something, or, the fertilizer depot. Could probably go in here, but we'll revisit all that once we, like I said, ideally I would like a second harvester or that industrial area is what I kind of want to purchase next. So either way we need about $500,000. Here we go. And then the last leg of this. Open all that baling stuff. The mower went pretty quick this in the morning. I mean, I started it pretty early because I knew we were going to turn it over and ted it. But I'm hoping they work through that pretty quick. I just kind of missed that for real. Back up here. I guess that will just clean up. And look at that, throw it around a pile. So we'll unload this barley now, 73% full, so just under 17,000 liters, which is, for this size field, I guess I can't really complain. Like I said, we'll go right down the road. I think I can do it without taking this off. There's one section of trees would be tight, but yeah, I can't believe we broke one of those over the winter. It's just sitting there. That should be a fair amount of straw we do see from that. I'd say we'd probably get 4 or 5 bales out of this field, probably another 4 or 5 out of the other one, which, will help. Ultimately, though, we are probably going to have to go buy more. I think that's just what it comes down to. Which way would be the best to sneak out? Let's go this way. As we go take on the other barley field. It's not too bad down here. Oh yeah, I could have fit right through that. All that said, let's drop this down. And let's get this one mowed. Or not mowed, but harvested. See, I'm in the mowing mine. Hey, 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 that's what we need. Sure, we should be able to do 2 runs of silage, spring and fall, and just one thing of hay in the middle to kind of hold things over. But it is noon, so we are progressing through July even pretty quick. It'll be nice when we finally can sell a bunch of stuff again too, to kind of definitely boost us up. But like I said, we shouldn't have too many more forward expenditures other than additional equipment going forward now, land purchasing. Maybe some other mills. And industrial park does have room to grow. That's something to keep in mind. We got plenty of slurry and manure right now as well. I think I saw that we were over 150,000 liters of manure. So that should, most of that should be used on that meadow of ours. Definitely have to work the slurry, because I think that's well over right now. This one looks like we're getting a pretty good yield off this one as well. I don't want to say good, but similar yield. Still have not added precision farming that came out a couple of days back. And then they announced the new DLC, which has a Nemesis versatile in it. The version I'm using was Gabota, that I just kind of went through reskins, changed some of the logos around, played with a few things just to kind of learn that kind of equipment more. And then I had plans to bring the MF forward on and maybe a few other things, but they're already bringing them into the game. So hopefully Giants does it well. Like I said, a lot of it makes sense now why they weren't accepting the Nemesis, even with some of the key changes done to it beyond the reskin. Mine is technically an older looking version, so it'd be nice to see the newer one in the game. We'll run both. I'm definitely looking forward to that pack. And I'll see, 4 tractors in it. A few other things they're bringing in with it. Was it the Salford? I think the Salford's making it in. So some new working equipment, some good sized equipment. Now, this is where I'll probably get more of the comments from. Will be, how are you going to use it, For the PC players, a lot of them are going to be able to utilize that on 4X maps and bigger. Not a lot of maps without creating the field space. Kind of like with the next set. There's just not a lot of maps out there without doing all the combining essentially the fields to make it work. So it'll be interesting to see how do a lot of the console players really put this into play with some of the larger equipment. And maybe there is a map on the way that is going to really expand that. But with that said, we've seen before console players using larger equipment, FS22 and FS19 specifically. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm sure people will find a way to make a 1X work with that size equipment. On the bright side, they won't need to have 10 of those tractors or, 20 meter cultivators. So we might, I was saying we might actually fill this up. We need to bring the truck over, but I don't know, we could make it. This might just have enough. It might be one of those moments. As we truck along here. We're going to need the truck. Can confirm, we will need the truck. Square this up a little bit. But yeah, we're going to hit 100% right before the last pass, I think. So Definitely some better yield out of this section, which is nice. We'll grab the trans tire and head over. We get that unloaded. And the bright side of it is we don't really need a silo for barley right now because we're going to bring it all straight there. Drive right out here. Sneak through there? Yes, we can. Now we get this unloaded. Let's go see how much slurry. Whoa, we have almost 400,000 liters of slurry. Maybe we should spread that before the manure. Slurry is almost topped up, so that will probably be our focus, is slurry on these two fields and slurry over there. I don't know why all of a sudden it seems like it has picked up drastically in the amount, but it has. We'll unload some more back here, so they'll get almost a truckload. That's not too shabby, I suppose. What amount of barley we're giving them. What if this is 50,000 liters? Does it show? It does not really show. But I think it's around there. So we'll get this knocked out. Get it over to the mill. We're going to get one more pass in. These are some serious swaths we're making now too. I wonder if these swaths are from the 1.8 patch. They're trying to touch it up again on the grass swaths and stuff. I'll have to go look at the grass field after and kind of see how that looks when we're baling. If the windrows are disappearing right next to us again. I have to go back to look at what our actual numbers are on livestock and just make sure that we're kind of prepared for more to be on the way. I think they'll be slightly offset our next 2 cycles. Swing this around. Good there. Grab the truck. And we will go unload our harvester. See a little path right here. We cut through the straw swath. The harvester went over. So we should not get hung up. I had to take out a bit of brush there. So a fair amount. We're over 40,000 liters in this. So 42,763. I'm happy with it. Decent amount of barley will convert into a decent amount of flour, and we're going to get some straw. So it's kind of a win all around there. It's, you know, 3 products essentially forming from it. What I gotta figure out is how to get the pig food out of there. Alright, let's unload some barley and get that production plant fired back up. So that is now active. Unload the last hopper. And I think, honestly, that's probably going to do it for this episode. I know the tedder and the baler are going. Should kind of look. So see, they still kind of gap out in the distance. And I thought there's my settings, but my settings are picking up everything else in the distance. It's just the way the grass looks. This guy's still got an hour of setting rows. But I'm not too worried about this because it's the tedding section that is almost done, which is nice. Because then we can start baling that. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, let's take a look. You know, we put some fertilizer. We used up what we had for solid fert. And those fields down here now looking great. Definitely have to get, I think we're going to have to just run slurry on this field down here. And then we'll use the manure on these smaller fields. And we got one that needs lime again. So maybe we are done with that field. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Till next time, Farmer Taz out.